What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 France AI only battle. We continue beyond turn 350. Could be Germany's final few turns ahead of us. My pick, and once again, we don't win. One day. I got one right, but it was a fairly easy one, wasn't it? I think it was Persia in one of the small map games, but yeah, that was actually a pretty easy one. So there you go. Cornwall adds rubbing some salt in Germany's wounds. Portugal and Germany are as far they're as far apart as you could possibly be on this map. But nope, they will also join in. Portugal, everyone's just trying to get in on the action and claim. They're all just trying to be on the right side of history, aren't they? The winner gets to write history, I guess. So there you go. They're all just trying to join in. Yeah, we were at war with the evil Germany just before they went out, even though the Gauls might be worse. Who knows? We'll continue. Germany, as I said, should be eliminated pretty soon. The Dutch have to get one of these melee units over. I think the anti-air gun might technically be able to do it, weirdly enough. But if not, there's a paratrooper here, so they're getting closer. Berlin's pretty low. And then they will be able to repair all this stuff, and they'll have a pretty good industrial city come the end of that war. But apart from that, I believe the border wars are pretty quiet. Brittany is fighting Cornwall, but that's about it, really. There is not too much going on. Monaco took out Rome for the most part. They just have that one city remaining. So we'll see what happens next. We'll just keep on progressing. Keep hitting next turn. Hopefully we'll get a new war pop up down this right hand side nice and soon. It keeps us interested. Of course, it becomes kind of less likely when there's more civs, I guess. But as we saw in the Italy game, and they also become more what's the word? More final? I don't know. More civs were just dying, right? In the Italy game, every time there was a war in that between sort of 400 turns and onwards, it was always, you know, the civ died afterwards. Apart from Monaco not taking out Rome. But we saw obviously the fall of civs like Monaco, Yugoslavia, Bosnia. They always died, like, immediately. So, I feel like we'll get towards that stage. We are now down to a final 9 civs. And, of course, 3 of those have actually only got... Is that right? No, 10. There's still 10 left, sorry, but 3 of them are on one city, so there's only 7. Okay, never mind. There goes Germany. The Netherlands take them. So now we're down to 9, 2 of which are on one city. So there's only 6 who are really playing, and even then, I don't think Burgundy and Monaco have a particularly bright future, and Cornwall may survive off the edge of the map, but that's about it. Like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a 4-way showdown between what remains, I guess. And it would certainly need to be a lot of events for, you know, the Netherlands to beat the Gauls, for example. We would need a lot to come out their way. But I guess they've got a lot of units now if they all teamed up. I'd be more hopeful if they all teamed up. The problem is that AI doesn't do that. So they're just not going to all team up and declare like a triple war. They can only, through the diplomacy, you know, the menus that we have access to as a player when we play as well, we only have options to, like, join a 2-sided attack, so the chance of getting 3 civs to join is very, very low, but I guess it could happen. But yeah, Aquitaine would probably need to call on the Netherlands as a team right now, and then maybe they could put a little dent in the Gauls. I don't know, but they could definitely do with Brittany. But of course, Brittany is actually blocked off. They don't currently okay, they have this tile here, but apart from that, they don't border the Gauls anywhere. Here they just miss out, so that is at least one less worry for them. Burgundy is looking very appetising for the Gauls' next conquest in the middle of the map, I can say that, and Brittany probably eyeing them up as well. Here in the middle, this city will obviously go to the Gauls at some point, I guess, but Aquitaine definitely has built up some units now. They can at least, yeah, now they look like they can match up. Now it looks like a fair fight. We can let them fight. Maybe we can have it. Our moment, our two mega civs going at it. We rarely ever get it, so it would be pretty cool if we were to. Germany is still taking a turn with this infantry unit. I'm not sure if it will survive this turn. It depends if the Dutch make a peace deal or not. We'll see. If not, we will just remove them manually. Here we go. Cornwall's still taking a while. If we just remove Cornwall, just speed up the processing, leave England open to be settled by others. I'm kidding, don't worry, Cornwall fans, they will be sticking around. The Netherlands are trying to kill this infantry. Germany is going down to a man in the corner here. The Gauls already putting in some citadels. I think these were already here, but stealing away some manufactories from Berlin. Yeah, no, they weren't here because there was 5 manufactories in Berlin. That was only 4, so or 3. So the Gauls stealing away a little bit of that land. That's a bit harsh. But what can you do? That's what happens. Cornwall's turn. Come on, game. You know you want to. Give us a war. Do it. I'm sure we'll get one sooner or later. You'd hope anyway. There's certainly enough units for one to be declared, right? There was, I think, 3 civs over 1 million and 1 at 900k, so it doesn't seem impossible. Yep, there's 4 1 million soldier armies there. Between the Gauls at 2.1 million, 1.8 for Aquitaine, and Brittany and the Netherlands between them have quite a good amount too. Cornwall is a bit lower down. Yeah, you'd think someone would attack someone. I don't know what the probable ones are. I think it's pretty much... I guess the Gauls' happiness might be an issue if they lost a lot against Germany. We're seeing them. The easiest wars are the Gauls v Monaco. Pretty easy, we can all see that. Gauls v Rome, obviously again just easy, clean up the map there, get rid of them. Same for Burgundy v Gauls, that would be pretty easy. Brittany v Gauls is the other, Brittany v Burgundy is the other easy one. Aquitaine, it's a lot tougher because of the borders. Netherlands again can't really get in, so yeah, it's really on Brittany or the Gauls I think to do something big. Unless the Netherlands continue to build up at this really aggressive rate, and then maybe they could somehow get into Cornwall. A Netherlands-Brittany war, I feel like one of them needs to be... You know, you always feel bad for a civ who does something and then they lose out because of it, right? So let's say Brittany invade Burgundy. They lose a quarter of their units and then the Dutch just sort of steamroll them when they're sort of a bit exposed. You always feel bad for Brittany because they would have made the effort to make the game more interesting. But at the same time, we might need something of that nature. We might need someone to get a little bit weaker so that one of their neighbours thinks, yep, now's the time. Hopefully we'll get that sooner or later. It's very weird. It's been, what, we're 7 minutes in this video. I started and the sun was beaming into my room and it was very light. I could see everything and all of a sudden everything's got very dark and very cloudy in the space of 7 minutes. At the start I was like having to close the curtains a bit so that there wasn't sun in my eyes, and now I'm just sat in the dark. It's fun. But anyway, we will continue. Is that German unit just going on? No, they must have some other ones maybe lurking around the map. Do we see any grey units? I'm sure you guys are pretty good at spotting them. I don't even see any, to be honest. I don't know how Germany is still alive. They must have something somewhere, right? It's going to be hidden amongst the things. It doesn't actually look like it. I don't know how they are still alive. Maybe they weren't and now they're dead. No, oh no, there's a great general there, right in front of our eyes, right where the city was initially. How did I? How does that happen? Good old great general. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Great General. We can't all be okay, delete units. There you go. Goodbye. It will speed up the processing. It's one less unit to worry about. It's fair on everyone. There we go. Goodbye, Germany. It was hard, you know. They were my pick. You probably didn't see that. I spawned in a load of giant death robots to try and help them, and it wasn't enough. No, I kid. That would be funny. The thing is, I wonder, do you reckon you guys would notice? Maybe we should do a challenge one day in a series where I sneak something in. I give someone a unit, or give someone like who's last place, you know, someone like a Rome in this scenario. Just give them all the technologies and see if they can turn it around. That would be quite funny. Or like beef up their city, give them a load of money, see if they can turn it around. Just, I don't know, see if you guys would actually notice. I definitely wouldn't if I was a viewer, and there's too much attention to detail needed there. I can't remember like what happened in the info addicts after I read them out. Like, I can't remember the column before, so got no hope. That'd be interesting though, wouldn't it? See if I messed with the game, would anyone notice? Of course it would have to be like a separate video, right? And then I'd have to go back to the normal one. I don't know. There was a discussion before about about having a series where it's kind of like, you know, in the Hunger Games they get the packages. If the crowd likes them, we could do care packages for civs. I could gift them some stuff. If their game is not going too well, maybe we could revisit that idea at some point. That could be an interesting one. We have got some other ideas. I don't know what the next series is going to be. I've had some more suggestions. I actually got one today that I need to add to the list. So there we go. See, just make sure I don't forget anything. There is quite a few to do. Yeah, how many have I got here? I have got 9 on the list, and that's just suggestions from viewers. I still have some creative qualities. I'm sure I can come up with some more with the tools we have as well. So yeah, that's going to get us through what we're going through. 2 every 1.5 months. So 9 is like till we're fine till the summer. I'm all good. I've got the suggestions. So that's great. You know, that's a lot of stress off my shoulders. Just need to set the games up now when the time comes. Seriously, AI, you're not going to give me anything. Brittany is making a half attempt here. I wouldn't have been surprised one bit if we'd looked away. I was staring at this for like 2 minutes, and we just move away from this, and then the Gauls one turn take Rome out of the game. That wouldn't surprise me at all. I definitely think that could have happened. That would have been quite funny, but not yet. So 3-6-3. Hopefully, as I said, hopefully someone attacks someone. The Dutch have open borders with Brittany. That's not a great sign for them to go into war. Brittany has some planes. The Netherlands still lack any... Oh no, they have 3 in Berlin now. 3 atomic bombs though, not planes. Lots of guided missiles for the Gauls, which are good, but you know, it's not as bad as it seems. Every city seems to have 10, 7, 6 planes. Very few of these are nukes. I know they have a lot of nukes. Don't get me wrong. They're all in the south, I think. They just moved them all around anyway. I guess they were just all mixed in there. They do have a lot of nukes. Let's not kid ourselves. 1, none, none, none. Never mind. Maybe they don't. None. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you add to the original one, okay, so they have 5 nukes. That's not actually that bad. I'm pretty sure they had more than that. I don't think they used any, but whatever. Did anything happen here? No, no one's I'm trying to unembargo these civs. It's not. They're not falling for it. No one's getting unembargoed. It's not happening. I'm trying my best. Trying to be nice. Aquitaine completes the Hubble Space Telescope. Another wonder for them. Yeah, this war's never going to go well. Like Cornwall, they will probably, yeah, I guess one day I don't know how many cities. Yeah, eventually I would assume Brittany and the Netherlands would have better, maybe not the Netherlands. This city's not coastal, it's a bit deceiving, as is this one. So it's only London, this island, and Tintagel and Falmouth here that are actually coastal. So 1, 2, 3, 4 coastal cities. So yeah, I guess eventually the Netherlands, maybe Brussels isn't either though. So the Dutch only have 3. I don't know. Eventually, you'd imagine that between the Netherlands and Brittany, they would just sort of be able to destroy the naval units pretty permanently, but they won't be able to. It's going to take a lot to get in with all these land units, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, this is a bit awkward, especially because the video just ended, but it's been a weird few turns. You may notice we are now 200 turns or so, just a bit less, further ahead than what we were. Now, in that time, I recorded a little bit. There was 4 minutes where the Gauls killed Burgundy. And that was it. It was that was it. Now, at turn, I was getting towards 590, I think it crashed, and I've noticed Brittany is starting to make some progress at invading Cornwall, and that's about it. That's all that's happened in the last 200 turns. The problem is I can't actually show you anything because it crashes every time, because they just have so many units, and this goes to all of them. Every remaining civ, apart from Rome and Portugal, I think, I don't want to open it because it'll probably crash, but I would guess has troops of over 1 million. Every tile, the other side of the sea, not this side to be fair, is full. But yeah, if I look, even show you where Brittany's attacking, there's a good chance it crashes. And it's been 200 turns. It's quite weird because 200 turns was going to be the cut-off point where I said no more And then weirdly enough, Brittany did actually manage to conquer one city off Cornwall, and now it's obviously back in time because it crashed, but in a few turns they will start to do it again. So I think it's best we call it here, just because, like I said, it's crashed a lot. I think it's crashed 3 times already. You know, it was 200 turns where really the only new war was the Gauls v Burgundy, and it ended very quickly. Yes, Cornwall may go, but it's not going to lead to too much. I think it's best if we end it. I'll try and come back in a few days with the next one. I hope that's okay. But yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get a winner. So what I'm going to do now is I will save it. And if we can actually get the info addicts open, I'll sort of score them up, do a normal results as opposed to positions, because there are still 8 civs left. But yeah, sadly, like I said, it's been 200 turns. We've had 1 war declared in that entire time. And obviously the Brittany-Cornwall one's been going on the whole time. So I think it's best if we just open up. Hopefully it works. Oh, it actually worked. Okay, well, there we go. So what we'll do, I'll go through this. Do you know what? Yeah, okay, you know what? I'm kind of torn, because those first 6 categories, it was the same every time. I will do normal results now. I'll go tally them up. I'll put them together, and we'll do that. And then we'll go through the info addicts as well after that. But at least it opens, so I know I can do that. But yeah, I think it's just the best way. It was 200 turns of nothing really, apart from stacking units. They're all at tech 80, I'm guessing, or yep, they're mostly there. So sorry, there is building work going on next door, but it does sound like screaming. Just if you didn't know there was building work going on, you'd be very concerned. But Jesus, I don't think you'll be able to hear it, but it's very off-putting. Okay, I'm going to go and do the scores, and I will come back and do these shout-outs in a minute. It does actually look like there might be some interesting winners. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And yeah, I'll see you in a second. Okay, results tallied up. What I did, because there's only 8 civs remaining. Normally, obviously, you know, we do the first in the old, or not old system, but, you know, prior to the Italy game. If you came first, you got 10. If you came 10th, you got 9th. Now, obviously, there's only 8 civs left. So I removed that. I just did 5 for first, 4 for second, 3 for third, 2 for fourth, and 1 for fifth, and then we left the rest out. We got some interesting results, and I think it might be fitting and fair, maybe unfair, or at least maybe popular with the audience. But there we go. What I'll do is I'll go over each civ. Sadly, like I said, I don't really want to click on it because I think it will crash. But hang on, if I go... Okay, it might let me do it like this. So obviously some civs didn't get any points. 2 of them out of the 8 remaining. 6 of them did score points, but Portugal and Rome, yeah, 1 city, didn't score any points. Not a huge surprise, weren't top 5 in any categories. So it's a bit of a shame, but, you know, that's kind of expected. They're just 1 city. So we move on from them to 5 points, the lowest of the top 6, which goes to Cornwall. As I said, look, you can see they are in trouble. They are finally losing stuff to Brittany. But this is all we've had. I don't think it's worth to continue going. I mean, it's taken me all day just to make this. I'm going to make this video today. I won't be able to make one for the next few days, regardless, even including with the length. So, yeah, it's taking so long to make sort of a 10-minute episode, even with another 200 turns. So I think it's the best time to end it. But there we go. Cornwall is, yeah, they are probably going to go, but that's about it. There's no evidence that anyone else is going to attack anyone. It's been over 150 turns since the new war was declared. 5th place then, and mainly because they actually did really well in some categories. That was Monaco. For example, the city's at 44 population. That might have helped them a lot. Monacoville's pretty big too. So yeah, they survived the whole game. If you wanted to sign the Gauls aren't going to declare any wars anytime soon, that might be it. They got 14 points, and then we get to our top 5 then. In 5th place, we have the Netherlands with 25 points. 11 better off than Monaco. Yeah, good game from the Netherlands. Did well in this part of the map, but again, there's not really much they can do. As you've worked out now, they're below Brittany in the scores. They've never attacked Cornwall in all this time since they last lost London. They took a bit out of Germany, but that's it really. And now we move 9 points up to 3rd place, where we have Brittany. Dark Horse definitely came on. They struggled for a while, but once they took down Normandy, they really emerged as a good civ. But again, not the best of options. It's taken them 200 turns to launch a somewhat successful naval invasion here of Cornwall. They've never really gone toe-to-toe with the Netherlands. Yes, they're not going to go against the Gauls or Aquitaine. So again, that's probably why we've not had many wars, because they're just all scared of each other. And that leaves us with two powerhouses who somehow have successfully managed to tie on 50 points. Maybe a bit of anger here. I don't know. You may think it's unfair if your pick didn't win. But I know there's also a lot of distaste towards the Gauls and maybe them being a bit OP. So maybe a draw is fair. Aquitaine picked up 50, as did the Gauls. The Gauls won more categories, but Aquitaine won more categories when the Gauls did not finish second and finished third or fourth, which obviously, yes, with this scale actually does make it a bit easier. I think if we'd have used the 10-point scale, the Gauls would win. But, you know, it's a bit of fun, guys. Come on, it's a tie. Everyone gets their shout out. It doesn't matter too much, does it? Yes, if we ran it forever, the Gauls would probably win because they seem to be quite overpowered. So what I'm going to do next is go to the shout-outs, if I can find which tab that is. This is here. So I'll be shouting out everyone who picked Aquitaine and the Gauls. So random white circle, congratulations, you picked Aquitaine. Let's see. There was a lot of comments, so thank you so much to everyone who did make a pick. There seems to be more people at the moment watching these AI videos, so I hope you're enjoying them. Owen Marshall said the Gauls had a good start, but picked Aquitaine. I mean, it didn't matter. Whichever one you went for, you got it right, Owen. Sorry, I have to read all the ones that aren't the right ones too. This is exciting. Cornwall, no. Germany, there's a lot of Germany picks. We're all going down together on that hill. Thomas Wiley, you picked Aquitaine. Congratulations. Aquitaine as well for Mark Morris. Congratulations to you as well. Haller, you also picked Aquitaine. Carivia, you picked Germany or the Gauls. Although you said, yeah, Germany. In the edit of the comment. There you go. I'll be upset if the Gauls win this. There you go. Well, you got a call out for saying the Gauls at the start of the comment. You can be upset that they won as well. Miguel Diaz, you picked Aquitaine. Congratulations to you. Nils Voss, you picked the Gauls. Congratulations to you. A lot of people picked Germany. I'm sorry, guys. We were all fell for the con. And I jinxed them by picking them, which doesn't help. Aquitaine has this in the bag. They did Candid Fob. Congratulations, you got the correct pick too. A lot of Germanys. There was a lot of Brittany's as well. I didn't really rate them, but a lot of people picked them. There was one more pick for the Gauls, which was from the Johnny Show. So congratulations. Probably the most winners we've ever had because we have a tie. So that's at least nice, isn't it? That's on the nice side of things. We'll look at the info addicts now. And then we'll go on to the next series in a few days, sadly. I'm not quite prepared for the next one to start today. I was hoping to get like 3 or 4, wars and 20-minute episodes. And instead I've had the game running for 5 hours or so to get to turn 600. As you do. So I also don't know what the next one is. I've got a nice list. I will pick one. Make it happen. So don't worry. But let's have a little look at the info addicts, see what's going on. Population, the Gauls finished off with the most, well ahead of Aquitaine, which was a bit of a change, but of course those Burgundy cities in particular were quite big. Then it's Aquitaine at 250 million, 170 million for Brittany, and then it's a bit closer between Monaco, the Netherlands, and Cornwall, 93, 86, and 50, and Portugal and Rome identical on 5,037,000. Crop yield. A lot of these early lists are the same. The Gauls lead the way though, but quite heavily ahead of Aquitaine. Then it's Brittany, not too far off them. Then the Netherlands, Cornwall, Monaco, Portugal and Rome again at the bottom. Production, again the Gauls well out in front of Aquitaine. I feel like I shouldn't celebrate that anymore. It does seem like they have a bit of an edge there. Brittany, then the Netherlands, Cornwall, Monaco, Portugal and Rome. GMP, what you'll notice if this highlights, the Gauls win more categories with Aquitaine almost always in second. In fact, I don't think Aquitaine ever drops out of top 2. Sometimes the Gauls are 3rd or 4th, and that's where the Aquitaine caught the points back to get the tie. The Gauls have the biggest economy, then it's Aquitaine, Brittany, the Netherlands, Monaco, Cornwall, Rome and Portugal. Land, the Gauls again lead with 7 million square kilometres. Aquitaine in second. Of course, the sea tiles help them and Brittany there, and the Netherlands in 4th. Cornwall at 2 million, then it's Monaco, Portugal and Rome. Biggest militaries, there you go. So I said most of them had armies of above 1 million. I guess Cornwall's may have been a few turns ago before they started losing some. But yeah, the Gauls at 2.1, 1.8 for Aquitaine, 1.4 for Brittany, 1.1 for the Netherlands, 800k as well, or nearly 900 for Cornwall. Monaco at 560 and Portugal at 300,000. Then Rome have a lot... Oh no, that's me. Rome is a lot lower than Portugal. Never mind, I got confused. Social policies, this was a big one. Aquitaine came first with 52. 46 then for Monaco, 41 for Brittany, 40 for the Gauls, 38 for the Netherlands, 34 for Cornwall, 29 for Portugal, and 27 for Rome. This is what I mean. So up until now, the Gauls have gained 1 point every time. But here, all of a sudden, Aquitaine took 3 back. That's 3 categories worth of points. Happiness isn't used, but the Gauls do currently have negative happiness. Technologies we don't use again because, you know, I don't know. I doubt Cornwall was the first to get to 80. It's just out of order. But there you go. Cornwall, Aquitaine, Monaco, and the Gauls are at 80. Brittany's on 79. The Netherlands 76. 73 for Rome and Portugal. Net gold, Monaco, the only civ in the world making money. They're all gambling it in Monte Carlo. That's what's happening. Look at the Gauls. They've got a pretty big gambling debt. Aquitaine, Brittany, there you go. They've all lost their money to Monaco. Cities, the Gauls have the most with 31. I'm pretty sure that number was nearer to 100 in the Italy game, so I don't really know why it's crashing on this map. But I think it's to do with units that causes the crashing, not to do with the... Which is... There's more military... How do I say this? This is a smaller map than the Italy map, with less cities and more military units in total. Like, there is more units right now than there was at any point on that Italy map, even if this map is a lot smaller. It may only seem smaller, actually, because there's more civs, but I think the Gauls had 60, 70, maybe 100 by the end of that game, so I'm not sure. But either way, the Gauls were 31. 19 for Brittany, one of the only times Aquitaine didn't come top 2. Netherlands got 14, Cornwall 7, Monaco's on 6, Portugal and Rome, of course, with 1. Science output, it's 0 for a lot of the civs who have lost money, but luckily there was at least 5 who could score points the right way. Brittany with still 1,600, Monaco also up there. Cornwall at 480, Rome at 129, Portugal with a measly 6, but they should have got a point for that. Now I'm concerned, but I say I'm concerned. It makes no actual difference because the gaps are so big, right? The Gauls and Aquitaine both got 0, so it doesn't make a difference. But that is a bit concerning. Brittany would still be 3rd, Monaco. The gaps between all the other civs were big enough. I'm just going to check it now. This is a high... We do high quality maths on this channel, of course. It's not. There's no spreadsheet. There's nothing like that. It's just the notes app, and I like delete the number and type in the new one. It could easily go wrong. But yeah, the gaps between every other civ was more than 9 points. So there's no way that this makes any difference. But yeah, I must have missed that category by accident. Maybe I thought it was confused it with technology, probably. Aquitaine win culture, then the Gauls, Brittany, Netherlands, Monaco, Cornwall, Portugal and Rome. Wonders, Aquitaine again led the way, then Monaco, then the Gauls, another one that allowed them to catch up, then the Netherlands, Brittany, Cornwall, Portugal, all down there with 0 actually. Treasury, Monaco, jeebus, how the earth do you have that much money? And then look at everyone else's money. That is, there you go, that's quite an extreme economic inequality. We don't use treasury in the scores, don't worry. Total faith, another one that isn't used. Faith gain there. Influentialness, Aquitaine's pretty influential. Then the Gauls, Netherlands, Brittany, Cornwall, Monaco, Portugal. Great works, the Netherlands led the way ahead of Aquitaine. Then the Gauls, Brittany, Monaco, Cornwall, Portugal and Rome. And the final bit, oh no, there's trade routes, isn't too important, between 9 and 7. And finally tourism. The Gauls did win that one, but it was not enough because Aquitaine came 2nd. Brittany 3rd, the Netherlands and Monaco. Cornwall, Rome, Portugal, and there it is. That was sort of the end. But like I said, I think it's just a good time to end this. It doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. And like I said, I can't even show you what happens if stuff does happen because it's crashing. There's way more units than we had at any point in the Italy game, which is a shame. But I hope you've enjoyed this. There you go. The Gauls and Aquitaine at a tie. We won't use the Gauls again. Do not be concerned. Maybe I'll play as them in a Let's Play. Maybe that'll give me the advantage I need to play at a higher difficulty or something. Should I try it? Deity run as the ghouls? Let me know. But anyway, maybe not Deity. Maybe the one below that. The 7. Is it Immortal? I think. I've never done him. I've done 6. I've won on 6. I haven't done 7. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Sorry if the ending was not quite how we expected it, but it happens. It's going to happen. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll try and get a new one out by Friday.